guys, it's Carter. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Now in today's video, we are going to be talking about my journey as a trader. This is a very common question that I get asked is, Carter, how did you learn to trade? Why did you choose this strategy? What route did you do? Did you take courses? What did you do? So I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. If you do, smash that like button, subscribe. But if you want to learn more about trading, check out our school. It's fantastic. We have private live streams, quizzes, lectures, or group chat. But more importantly, we actually teach you to trade. There's hours of coursework, hours of lectures. It's an absolute perfect school for people that are just getting started, or maybe you're already a more advanced trader just wanting to learn more strategies, or you're just having a hard time being consistent. Check out our school, and you guys can get 50% off by using code FALL. Code FALL, only 5 spots left for that code. So check it out down below. And guys, let's dive into this. So I started trading actually almost 8 years ago. It's going to be 8 years this mid-September. So how did I go about getting started with trading? So the first thing I did when I was in high school, I used to watch Warrior Trading all the time, who's a day trader. He makes a bunch of money. And honestly, I saw the money. I saw it as a get rich quick scheme, and I wanted to make money, right? And what's funny now looking back is I remember watching a video in my high school class and almost getting kicked out because I wasn't paying attention. Fast forward, almost, a decade later, I'm trading full time. I make, courses. I have private, lessons with people, and consumes my life. So what did I do? So after high school, obviously I was 17 in high school. I couldn't trade because you had to be over the age of 18. I waited till my 18th birthday. And what's funny is I remember taking my first trade in my college class, and I actually lost money on the trade. But nevertheless, it really just kickstarted this journey of you can make money not clocking in somewhere. And that was huge for me. I wanted the freedom. Now, I soon realized after I burned through like 2,500, or maybe it was even closer to $3,000, I burned through it very quick, probably within 90 days. Now, there's 2 routes I thought that I could take. Is one, I could quit and never be a trader, or 2, I can take a step back and try to actually learn. Because I was in school, I had a hard time day trading because my classes were in the morning, but I didn't even know swing trading was a thing until I started doing my own research. So I soon realized that swing trading is probably the better option because I could take a trade, I could watch it, during my class, I could, practice, I could, manage, time better. Just swing trading just gave me a lot more flexibility because you're not buying and selling within the same trading day. You're holding positions for a couple of days. So I did a lot of self-study, right? So I read books, I paper traded, I did trial and error. And honestly, the YouTube videos that I watched and everything, it's not like I would copy someone's strategy. And I think this is what's really important. I never copied someone's strategy. I would pick bits and pieces from people and traders that made sense to me. So, a trader came across, had the 200-day moving average line. It stuck with me. I still use it to this day. The 50-day moving average line was another video. I put it in mine. And yes, some traders will use different moving average lines. And this is what's important is just because something works well for someone doesn't mean, 1, you have to do it. 2, just because it works well for them and you and whatever doesn't mean they're wrong. And that's what's important is just because someone does something and you don't make money off it, or you're unprofitable with that approach, doesn't mean they're wrong. It's not your style. There's different styles of trading. And this is what's important. Some of you are going to want to risk more money. Some of you are going to chase stocks that fluctuate more. Some of you are going to be attracted more to blue chip, which that's kind of the route I took. Some of you are going to love penny stocks and cheaper stocks and low float stocks. So there's a variety of different things, right? But what helped me was keeping it simple: charts, patterns, breakouts, routines, and those four things honestly just helped me make money, helped me understand and grasp trading. I saw this thing and it said, you're the result of your actions. So if you're somebody that on Sunday night you go, I'll wake up in the morning and scan for stocks, you're already behind. Just to put that out there. For me, I consume trading. It consumes my life because I enjoy it. I make money. So after I really took about 2 years, I would say, of learning, trying to grow small accounts, paper trading. It was a combination of everything. I'm not gonna say there's a secret recipe for success, because guess what? There isn't. It's putting in work. That's the moral of the video. The more you learn, the more you're gonna earn with trading. Now, I also, during that taking a step back, I understood that trading, you're not going to double your money overnight, right? I came across a study that said if you make 3% per month, you're in the top 5% of all traders in the entire world. So some of you that have $100, 3% on $100 is $3. That's not even enough for a cup of coffee, but you're still doing things right. The only thing that's separating you from making more money is just your account size. So as you grow and compound your account and add to that account, you're going to start seeing that huge compound effect. Okay. The next thing is trading makes up consistency, patience, and emotional discipline. Those things, just because you have a strategy, you got to be consistent, you got to be patient, and you got to have emotional discipline. For me, honestly, emotions weren't that big of a deal for me. And I'll just say this, it's because I came across a trader that was obsessed with checklist. And so now that's what I do. I before I ever buy a stock, I'm not getting emotionally attached to it. I have a set list of criteria that I always make sure the stock has. What this does is it instantly starts to make you choose quality over quantity. And this was kind of hard, I will say, one time when I made that transition from quitting my job to trading. I felt like I had to be in a position every single day because that was my job. I have to be in a position. But I soon realized that I'm not making money and I'm not being consistent. So taking a step back, reviewing your trades is very, very important. Now, I love the rule of threes. This also helped me. 3 consecutive losses or 3 consecutive wins in a row. We take a step back, we review. With losses, you review what went wrong so you can not make that mistake again. For wins, you focus on what went right so you can focus on those trades. You never want to just start knowing thinking you start knowing everything about the market, because that's the second the market takes something, from you. So you got to be obsessed with all of that. So I wanted to kind of tell you guys this, and I wanted to show you kind of the approach and mindset and how we trade as swing trading masterclass members, which is the school I run. So this is a new position that we took, and it's on Walmart. Now, Walmart, the first thing I always look at when analyzing a stock here is trends. I always go to the daily to make sure that the stock has some sort of, upward trend in price. So we can see it's gone from 60 to 105, sold off, and then recently it was just really, honestly, riding this wave right here. If we remove some of these indicators, you can see just the heavy amount of support on this line where it would just hit it, and we had natural tendencies of getting really good buying pressure. So now I go, okay, well, we could essentially enter on this as support. But you never just want to enter because of one thing or one indicator. You want a variety of different confirmations. So for me, one of the things I love is using the RSI. The RSI was trading for 36, which guess what? The last time it was trading for 36 was back in this range and went from near and around 93 to 98, which is actually a good move. So now I go, okay, let's kind of go to a lower time frame. I think it's important to look at a variety of different time frames. So, going to like that 1 hour chart, we can see if we zoom out here a little that Walmart got absolutely, really got crushed, went from 102 to about $95 in about, I would say about 3 days, which is a pretty steep sell off for a blue chip stock like this. So, how do you trade these types of stocks? Well, one of the things that I love is breakouts. So what you want to do is you want to go to the drawing tools, and I use Moomoo, which is the broker I used. I've been using them for years, and I'll put a link to them down below. But what you want to really draw out is some sort of trend line that really finds some sort of resistance. So you can see it would hit this once, twice, almost 3 times, 4 times. And then recently it popped up, right? It popped up above that trend line, forming what we call a trend line breakout. Okay. So now by the time I saw this, to be quite honest with you, I go, okay, let's just wait for the morning. Let's see what happens in the morning. Because if we get these moving average lines back up, we can see that it's using them as support. So I go, okay, we could enter on that 90-day moving average line, keep our stop loss, so the max amount of money at around 96, and we can actually break this down so you can see it a little better. So we could enter near and around. By the time we actually got to fill in, we were closer to like 97, 15, to be honest. So not even a peak low, not a peak high. And I go, okay, we could keep our stop below some of these lower wicks down here for a possible push up to some sort of target would be near and around about $100. Is almost a 2.5 to 1 risk versus reward, which is a really nice trade here. So now today the stock did squeeze up a little bit. We were up, I want to say about $120. Nothing too crazy, but one, we're in profit, which is good. Two, we're going to see resistance here. This is that 200-day moving average line. So when a stock is below these moving average lines, we see tendencies of it using it as resistance. I'm sure if we look back, right, you can see it hits it here, sells off, right? If we look back, I'm sure we'll see points where it would hit some of these moving average lines and just have a hard time, right, breaking above that point. So we have to be smart with this. What I mean by that is if we see signs of selling pressure, we could easily just honestly take our profit or take our break even or small loss and just move on to other opportunity. Some of the ways you can look for this is going to even a lower time frame and looking at trends. Looking at the trends here, but look at that great breakout here. If we entered here, rallied up. So now we'll keep our stops, right now I would say about, probably below $96 to $95. But overall, guys, it's a very solid trade. I'm very happy, honestly, with how this trade is panning out. But if you have any questions about trading, swing trading, let me know in the comments. I would love to chat, and we'll see you guys. Check out our school, code FALL. Don't forget to sign up with Moomoo, and I'll see you guys in there. Like, follow, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.